Why not sit back and enjoy this wonderful show of Wednesday Lives with your hosts, Trevor from HauntingLIVE and Psychic Comedian from Divine Oracle Podcast, Chris. They'll be taking your questions.
Alrighty, we are live on HauntingLIVE Podcast with a special guest back this week. We welcome Sally Diane to the show.
Yeah,
how are you, Sally?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
A little bit of a sore toe today, but other than that, okay.
Yeah, and don't forget, we're actually on Divine Oracle Podcast also. So we're basically simulcasting on both channels.
Actually, we're on more than that. We are on 3 channels tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too bad we're not live broadcasting to Times Square.
True.
I always want to see myself on one of those big TVs.
That's like so. Yeah, that reminds us. Yeah, so Sally has her own page. She's hooked up with us also live, and he's actually Clairvoyant Psychic Sally. So yeah. Are you looking for the hard-to-find item, spiritual item that your loved one wants to always get, but you don't know right where to check out? Why not check us out here underneath HauntingLivePodcast.com. Underneath our store, though, we actually have tons of items, from dream catchers, crystals, so many more for you. Check us out underneath HauntingLivePodcast.com.
Follow us here at Haunting Live, and we are honored to have co-hosts on our shows now. Yolanta Mary is our co-host, and she does a lot of work for us on the side and introduces people to the show and discusses different topics on the show. So we're really happy to have her here, so go check out Haunting Live.
Each and every Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, join Divine Oracle Podcast with your hosts, Psychic Comedian Chris and Gillian. They interview a lot of people within the spiritual community and also discuss a lot of topics with Indigenous and non-Indigenous spiritual teachings. Join them Saturdays at 10 o'clock on most apps that are actually out there, but if you're looking for them directly, look for them underneath Podbean, underneath Divine Oracle Podcast.
We tried this last week, and hopefully this week you guys tune in a little bit better and actually ask a lot more questions. Sally's been promoting it, I've been promoting it, and HauntingLIVE's been promoting it left, right, and center. So yeah. So Sally,
like I said, we are on multiple channels tonight. So we do have live streaming on Facebook pages, 3 of them. We're also live streaming simulcasting on both our Podbean apps as well. So on our Podbean apps, don't forget we can actually call you into the show, and you can talk to us live on the air and ask you questions that way too. So you don't have to type them in.
Yeah, that's like I said. So Sal, how are things over there in Stratford?
Oh, Stratford's a beautiful city. I got my Social Security, so I'm more retired now.
It does take a long time.
Life is quieter, right?
Yeah, it does take a long time for it to kick in. So
yes,
that's like
that's great. You can slow down a little bit more now and do what you want to do. So
I'm just doing different things. You know me. I'm not going to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, that's like So
I will be. I'll be teaching a runes class.
Yeah.
And that starts, oh gosh, I wish I don't have my phone right in front of me with my calendar, but that starts in mid-October, and that's on Saturdays. So it doesn't interfere with anybody's work schedule. It's the last 3 Saturdays in October and the first Saturday in November. And we will be teaching, the class will be held at Roro's Crystal Shop in St. Mary's. The energies there are amazing. They have so many crystal skulls, and they even have this one rose quartz crystal skull that she had named Venus. And Venus is really a very large skull. It's I don't know. I'd say it's about 4 feet tall. I might be remembering odd.
So are you going to get that for Christmas, like what you got me last year?
And the same thing you got you last year, only a different color, right?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
That's like so, but yeah.
Love getting crystals all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now for me, I do vendor markets, and last one was not good at all because of who was running it. But the thing though is, for myself though, watch out for major what's happening underneath Haunting Live Podcast vendor page. Go underneath the website at HauntingLivePodcast.com. You'll see right where I will be with my good co-host from Divine Oracle Podcast, which is Gillian. So get on Haunting Live Podcast and go underneath the vendor's location page. So
when's your next market?
So my next one though, I'm not doing it until probably November, but it's going to be over.
Okay.
It's over in Hespeler, which is Ontario, Canada. Small community of Cambridge, and it's actually in a public school. But then also the day before that, though, I have in Waterloo at the Legion Hall. I also have one there. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like,
so I only have one market scheduled for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
although I am thinking about
where's that?
About maybe doing the Christmas market.
Okay.
But right now I'm doing the Halloween market on the 11th.
Yeah, where is it?
That is at the Army Navy, right on Lorne Avenue in Stratford, Ontario, and that's going to be an inside fair. It's going from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. So it's during the day. It's a Saturday. It's a great way to get out. I know it's the Thanksgiving Day weekend, so a lot of you might be at home. Good time to get it's a good time to get a jump on your Christmas shopping. I will be offering palm readings there, 15-minute palm readings for $45. We'll have some pendulums from Lynn Stevenson, and we will have crystal skulls. And I do carry like a huge amount of tumbled stones that I sell for $1.
Okay, all right. And is it still $3 to get in, or is it free?
I don't know. I think her last one was free, but that was an outside fair.
Yeah.
But I think the one before that was $3, wasn't it? It was some sort of a small fee.
It cost Trevor and myself $3 to come in and see. Yeah. But there's a lot of beautiful vendors actually there, and who knows, we might be there. That's if there's any spots left open, but who knows? That would be probably Gillian and myself. So yeah, come on out, check out. Sally will be there, and it's gonna be worth it. So, sorry, Trevor, for leaving you actually out of most of the stuff.
So. No, totally fine, guys. Just talk away if you need to promote what's happening around. That's great.
The last market he gave me. Let me see if I can never spot the lens quite right. There we go. Okay, can y'all see that?
It's a little jar with actually little glitter inside.
It's a glitter in it.
Yeah.
That says Witch's Brew. And it's silver. That blue is just a reflection from the screen. But if you look at the front of it, it says Witch's Brew.
Yeah.
So it's really cute, and they're just little earrings that I'm wearing today.
Yeah.
I think I also have a pair of kyanite earrings from you guys.
Yeah, you got kyanite. You got a whole bunch of other stuff from us. So.
Yeah. Well, kyanite is a really nice mineral. You know, anybody who tunes into this, kyanite is not expensive, and it's a nice blue, but you never have to clean it, and it's good for cleaning your crystals.
Yeah.
I have a crystal dish that I keep for my in-person readings, and so a lot of hands have been in this dish, and there's so many crystals, and I have a little tiny piece of kyanite at the bottom that I keep there, keep all those crystals charged and free of negativity.
Yeah.
And in all the years I've had that wool, not a single person has picked that particular kyanite out.
Yeah. So yeah, kyanite's also well known for calming. During COVID, Trevor and myself, we drove up to Thunder Bay we see good friends of ours up there, and their daughter was starting grade 9. Now she's actually starting hairstyling school. So this is roughly 4 years ago that we were up there. And I gave her some kyanite. She was nervous about school, worried and all that. She came back, she's like, let you know, though, that the kyanite worked really good. And we were like, yeah, well, that's all for you. We also left a couple other products up there of kyanite for them. So
yeah, well, actually, powdered kyanite is a hardener in clay, and in the runes,
yeah,
that you'll be making at my runes class, there's powdered kyanite in it.
okay,
So those runes are always clean, just like my crystal bowl was clean.
yeah,
There's also citrine, which citrine, the yellow stone, and yes, all you purists out there, I know it's heat treated amethyst. All citrine, all of the yellow citrine that we know as being citrine, yes, is heat treated amethyst. The trick is that a lot of times the heat is the sun and the earth, not a lab somewhere.
yeah,
So I'm content with calling it citrine. It works very well. It never needs cleaning, just like kyanite. And I always like to if you keep a little piece of citrine, just keep it in your wallet. Now, it's not going to fill your wallet up, but you'll be surprised that your wallet is never empty.
yeah. It's like that's yeah. How are we doing over there, Trevor? Actually, in corporate office.
Good. We have our Podbean app running, so I just want to say welcome to everybody that's tuning in on our Podbean app. And keep in mind, if you are tuning in via Podbean tonight, we are live streaming over on Facebook page as well, under Haunting Live Podcast under Facebook, and also Divine Oracle Podcast under Facebook. And a third one tonight with our special guest, Sally Diane. You can find her on Facebook as well. We're also streaming on her page tonight too. But if you're on our Podbean app, feel free to click into our Podbean app to ask us any questions. Either type them into the chat, we'll answer them that way, and get you 2 readings tonight for the price of 1. Although they're free, you just ask your question, but you get 2 responses, one from Divine Oracle and one from Sally Diane tonight. So ask your questions. And on our Podbean app, you can use a special feature that's called the call-in feature, where you just tap the button and we'll bring you in live on the show and ask your question in person on air. So if you're around, you want to ask a question, feel free to call in. We'll bring you right on, or just type the questions in chat on our Podbean app, both Haunting Live and Divine Oracle Podcast on Podbean, or join us live on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes, and we are both ready and
Eager.
ready, willing, and ready to go as far as
Ready to go.
I have my tarot deck here. I also have my runes, and usually my runes come in a muslin bag, but I found a really nice velvet bag that I like, so I put them in a velvet bag.
Yeah. So I actually have one question though, and this is a pre question, and it's from somebody.
Start with that one.
And it's from somebody though that we both know. She's right now in a holding place right now. She's over there in Michigan, and she's one of my co-hosts, which is Gypsy Lady Eva. So she wants to know how things are going to go actually at the new place for her that she's going to be moving to.
Okay. I'm going to draw her a couple of runes.
Yep.
And these are the 2 runes came out for her. First, you have one called Wunjo. You guys can see that. It looks like a little Fred Flintstone pea. That is Wunjo, and that stands for victory and success. So she is going to make quite a bit of success here. Now, I know that her problem is around her legs, and I'm not sure what they're doing, but I think they're releasing a lot of fluids or a lot of lymphatic fluids. It just feels like her legs are a lot thinner, like a lot of excess fluid or excess water or something, fat, whatever, that her legs are thinner and more powerful. So this is what she gets from the rehab. The idea of losing weight. Well, she always loses water weight. We all do, but it feels like something a little bit more significant. So they're going to get her working at that particular goal. ways that she's never done before in her life. So they're going to really push her physically and make her do things she didn't think she could do anymore. So they're going to build up her confidence, and she's going to leave the hospital. First off, she's going to leave it vertical, which I like, although I think that she still has a walker.
Yeah.
And this one, is Isa. And so that tells me that she's going to be in until the winter. So she's got, and I think that's all right. They already know that. I think she's going to be in about 3.5 months, which does put her in, coming out right around the new year. I think that she'll spend Christmas. She may spend Christmas with her family, or they may be there. But it feels like when I look at Christmas for her, she's surrounded by family in a way that she isn't before that time. So, yes, it's going to be a win for her, but it's not going to be an easy win, which those are a lot more satisfying, because I am getting that satisfying kind of win. And that's not just not just a participant ribbon. She's going to get the award, whether that's kicking the can or ringing the bell or whatever they do. That she's going to get that boy, boy howdy thing.
Yeah.
The 2 thumbs up. So good on you, Eva. I don't. Nobody likes to get rousted a lot, but she's going to get rousted a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eva. It's good for you.
It's like that's so. What I've got though is I have soul coaching cards, and I drew 4 of them instead of 3. Now I'm gonna let you know that basically what the cards are. The first card, which was the venture card, pull it up, show you guys a venture card right there. And with that one, there's basically this indicating that she's been actually underneath a major adventure about traveling to the locations, especially with the loved one that she just recently lost. Traveling from one location to another location, and that's one thing that she's actually just recently has been doing. So that there's the adventure one. Again, though, the one that came out last week was the faith one. And with the faith one, though, she's actually having more positive faith with this. So the way she's actually bringing everything a lot more joyful, and also bearing in a little bit more, actually, the staff members there that she talks to, actually within the faith of what's going on with her. Now, the next one, though, is kind of a neutral one. This one here is a flow one. All right. But she's going with the flow and everything else. She's taking a little bit of a break for herself, even though she kind of wishes it was happening sooner, but still she's going with the flow so that way she can actually help herself, and not only with herself, but also help out with the family so that way they can also be able to encourage her within the right direction. My last one that I got, though, which is gratitude. So everything is going to come to one. She's going to actually be a lot better. She's going to be a lot more stronger. And also with the leg problem, though, it's going to help her out with a lot better. And sort of like what you've picked up last week and this week, is so that she'll be able to walk a lot better. So, yeah. So those are actually the faith cards I have.
I noticed that on that adventure card, you did have the girl walking with the dog. That is a lot like the Fool card. But the first thing I noticed is that she's walking, but she's walking with a little bit of assistance because she has that little doggy next to her.
Yeah.
But that's cool, and the Fool, she's got something hanging off her leg. At least there's nothing hanging off her leg.
So
Which,
true.
The idea is that in the card, she's upright. I love those cards.
Yes.
That Oracle deck. Which one did you say that was?
So these are the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. It's right here.
Oh, nice.
And they're
soul yeah.
soul
I knew
coaching.
you said something about soul coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. We were talking with a friend of ours in the States, and we were talking to him, and I said, though, that Denise Lynn cards, I can actually be able to pick them up, and I have no problems with reading them. There's some other cards, though, that I bet you've actually experienced this also, Sally. Though, that you've picked up.
I just call it warming up to a deck.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but you've gone to other cards, and you've had troubles reading the cards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the Golden Dawn decks are a little difficult for me.
Yeah.
I just got one. And this is one where Pam and I went to a new shop called the Crone's Cave. I think it's called the Crone's Cave.
Yeah.
And she's got an awful lot of stuff there. It's very reasonably priced. She's got stuff that's made locally, by hand. Except this one, which is rose water.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got some kind of machine because it's got that sealed thing. But the rose water is really quite refreshing.
Yeah.
It's just that nice spray, and it's got a really light rose scent, so it's not heavy like a perfume or anything like that. And so I like that. She's got I'm not sure who does their oils, but whoever does her oils adds a lot of little herbs and flowers to her oils. I got this one, which is called her name is too small for me to read. It's one of the things that happens as you get older.
Yeah.
But if you look at the bottle, you see what I say about it having a lot of flowers and herbs in it?
Yes. If you need to go on mute.
Oh, excuse me.
So no problem.
Well, I shouldn't have sprayed the rose water around me.
That's like I said.
I really have some bad allergies. Okay, so I looked at the ingredients here.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite oils is Kiffy oil. And this is 2 ingredients off from Kiffy oil. So I'm just waiting for that level to go down a little bit. And I'm going to add those, and then I'll have my Kiffy.
Okay.
I like that. And another one of my favorite oils is Van Van. And this is in a different sort of bottle. But again, you can see whoever did these, she didn't put quite as many herbs, but she put some in.
Yeah.
And as you see with the tags, $10. This one is like that. So we really had a good time there. But I did get the Dramatic Tarot. And let me just take up a card so y'all can see it. Yeah. Like this one is the 9 of Pentacles. And Lord of Material Gain. I can see that. But if you look at the card, it's all black and white. A lot of line drawings and a lot of the astrological signs and the planetary signs.
Yeah. So how are we doing though, Trev?
Showing 1 on each right now that are watching or listening here. So
I'm just blethering on.
That's no problem at all.
No problem.
Well, I really like these cards because they're black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the deck was only $22.
That's a good price.
Which is a good price. I've seen this deck before. As a matter of fact, it's one of them that I put on my list for the tarot class. It's an acceptable deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this one is more like the Toth deck than it's actually like the Pamela Coleman Smith's tarot deck. And that is your classic Rider-Waite. I think everybody's kind of everybody's familiar with Rider-Waite.
Yeah.
And the one that I got is actually they call it Pamela Coleman Smith deck because if you look at the back, there's her signature and her white rose. That's the same white rose that you find on the death card.
Yeah.
It's kind of from the War of the Roses, like you had the red and the white, and I guess the white one won because it's right there, which I think is proper. The Toth deck itself, which was, the Rider-Waite deck, what they call it Rider-Waite deck. Rider was actually just a publisher.
Yeah.
Most of the images Actually, let me out of the 78 card, 40 of the images in the cards were specifically designed by Pamela Coleman Smith.
Okay.
It was the major arcana and the court cards that Sir Edward Waite was really I don't want to say hands-on, but yeah, he sat on her shoulder while she was doing those cards and was very specific about the symbology in those cards. And but when it was published, instead of calling it the Pamela Coleman Smith deck or the Smith Waite deck, because it was Waite and Smith that came up with the deck. Waite was from the Golden Dawn, and he was the one that told her all the meanings of the cards.
Yeah.
And made sure that she used the right symbology in the major arcana and in the court cards.
Yeah.
Well, I really think that it should have been called the Smith Waite deck instead of the Rider Waite deck. Just because you're willing to publish a deck of cards doesn't mean we ought to put your name on it.
Yeah. So, all right.
But anyhow, I really like these cards, and they do have the have a lot of the symbols and astrological references. And if you look at the bottom of some of these cards, they have letters from the Hebrew alphabet. And that's all Golden Dawn stuff. And so if you look at this, there's a lot of similarities between this and the nine of discs in the Rider in the in Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I got it on a ring. So I really had a good time, folks.
Yeah.
And
we still got more. We still got more.
It's worth the effort to go to see the Crone's Cave.
Yeah.
It's called Crone's Cave.
Yeah. So.
But it's a really cool shop, and the lady that owns it is just she's very knowledgeable and very talkative.
Do you remember where the store is?
That's what I was going to say. Where is it located? Do you know?
It's in London.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I went on and on about the shop and just didn't tell you where. It's in London, and it's a fairly new shop. And again, the name of the shop is the Crone's Cave.
Okay.
And I wish I had her card right here so I could tell you where in London. You guys know I'm always a passenger, so I don't know where anything is.
It's like I know. Next time for Trevor and myself, Bill, we're going to be in London. Which is going to be with one of our guests coming up shortly, probably for the month of October. Her name is actually PJ Mahoney. She is an author. She is also in tune with the animals. So right when she comes on, though, we do encourage you guys actually to come ask any animal questions. She's also been actually in the Sally Show, which is on Sundays. She's been.
And she is my partner in crime.
Yeah. She's
also the one that took me to the Crone's Cave.
Yeah, she's also been on the HauntingLIVE podcast and also here at Divine Oracle podcast. But yeah, so we'll be in London with her. We're going to be going to see Sean Leonard. I think there's tickets left. Sean Leonard is from APTN, really good friend of ours. We'll be interviewing him, pre-recording with him actually on the 8th of October for Divine Oracle podcast, and we're going to be talking about his latest book that's coming out. So yeah, we do encourage you guys actually not only check out actually with Sally and all of the rest of the guests, check with everybody all together. All right, don't stay with one person, stay with a whole bunch of other people, because with us in the spiritual community, we communicate with each other. So yeah, we're all lovable, fun people here.
Yeah, well,
it's like
I've noticed that psychics do better, and even as a psychic, I do better if there's a number of psychics around.
Yes.
Like when I'm the only show in town, it's crickets at my table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let there be 3 or 4 others, and all of a sudden I got people coming in. It's people who get psychic readings on a regular basis. A lot of them just like to, they like to get it from one psychic, then another, and
see what matches up.
Yeah. The same thing. The same phenomenon happens with fast food places.
Yeah.
You never see a McDonald's one. McDonald's always has a Wendy's or a Harvey's or a Burger King or something around it.
Yeah.
And they're in a cluster for a reason, because that's what works.
Yes, so true, so true. It's like that. So yeah. Also, like Sally was saying though, that she will be at the psychic fair that's happening in Stratford, Ontario. Do encourage you to go and check her out. And Trevor's,
Well, it's not the psychic fair; it's the witches market.
okay, all right, sorry, witches
It's
market.
more about merchandise for sale.
Yeah, I do apologize.
And I have merch.
Yeah, I do
I'll
apologize.
be there reading palms
like
too.
So yeah. So quiet on that end, Trev.
It's quiet tonight. We have one person on each, one on Facebook and one showing on Podbean. So thank you for tuning in to us, whoever's listening to us right now. We are Haunting Live podcast and Divine Oracle podcast. We're hosting a show tonight with a special guest, which is Psychic Sally Diane out of Stratford, Ontario, Canada. And we're also in Ontario, Canada. So we're just doing a live stream here tonight, doing free readings for you guys with tarot cards and oracle cards and ruins and any type of reading that you want, really. We're totally open to any questions as well. There's no limit on type of questions. We can do love questions, we can do work questions, money questions,
politics,
even political questions too. So everything's wide open on our channel. So
that's good. But yeah, so I know for myself though, like with Trevor, we were just in Stratford on Saturday. We didn't get a chance to swing over to your location, but we went to the cemetery to see Dad. And I was doing an app which does work. Some of the apps do work, some of them don't. You have to know exactly what's relevant and all that. Anyway, so as soon as I get out of the car, I had the app going. I got the word pirate. Right, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, I actually asked my father something, and my father basically said, just do not worry about the thing. So I was like, okay, fine. But yeah, being a paranormal investigator, even actually a psychic medium myself, we do pick up a little with the different levels of energy altogether compared to what most people do. It's like so. But
I know
go ahead.
There was an exercise that one of my teachers did, and she talked about doing this, and it's sort of along the lines of sympathetic magic. It's kind of in psychometry, like if you are a small babbling stream, you can look at that stream and think, what does it feel like to be a stream? And step in the stream, and you can get the sensation. Well, she thought that she would try it with Lake Huron.
Yeah.
Yeah, she won't try that again.
no.
But what I do is I like to go to graveyards, and I do a similar thing, only I like to put my hand against a tree.
Yeah.
Because trees store a lot of stuff, and you just get this bombarded with the different, personalities that are just around.
Yeah.
And I love that the cemetery where your dad's at, there's a couple places where you've got you kind of got these families, and you can tell they're there partying.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love it.
Yeah. It's like gosh. Well,
it's better than the ones that are lost or.
Yeah. So the good thing about the cemetery that my father is in, for those just wondering what the name is, it's called the Avon Cemetery in Stratford, Ontario. There is one portion there though that does actually have a Celtic circle inside, and the stones are.
And that was probably exactly what I saw, because it's just a group of people just having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like but yeah, Stratford Cemetery. There's actually some rich history, even some hauntings inside that cemetery.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that cemetery is so cool because you go in, it's got these winding roads through it.
Yeah.
And once you're through the gate and you turn, you kind of lose track where the gate is and everything. So it's cool in that way.
Yeah.
Because it's almost impossible to get a sense. Like wherever you're at Earth, you get a sense of northeast, southwest kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't get it in that cemetery.
No.
Like your internal compass just goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, especially for the size of that one there, it is huge.
Right? Well, it's like a maze.
Yeah.
But they turn you around. You don't have any direction there.
But the
Yeah.
cool thing about it is there's the old original side, which has the older stones in it, which you can walk around in and check those out. But then the newer side is like the expanding side where all the newer stones are, where they put the newer plots and stuff. So
Yeah.
if you want to explore the old side, you can do that, or the new side where new people are.
Yeah.
So
And in
Yeah.
the
I don't want to be buried. I want to be planted with a tree.
tree. Yeah. Yeah.
Then
yes.
I'll be a tree.
Yeah. That's like so with the
Or
cemetery.
do you want to be buried though? Do you want to be buried in a cemetery or somewhere else?
somewhere else?
I want to be buried in the middle of BF nowhere. And I guess that if you're human ashes, you have to plant them over pine trees and specially treated soil because human ashes are just that caustic.
Yeah.
So I know that I could be planted with a pine, which means in the next life I'll be a pine, which is cool because crows like to nest in the upper branches of pines.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm down for having crows
So
Yes.
it's like,
nest
too, that's
on
my-
my branches.
yeah.
That's my spirit animal, so crow
It's like
or raven. So
So what I was going
I
to
think mine's coyote, monkey and coyote.
It's like,
for sure.
so what I was going to say about the cemetery though in Stratford, Ontario, in the winter time, just to let you know that they do close off a large portion of roads. It's all for safety though. Some of the roads are really steep, and even for walking though, you got to watch where you're walking during the closed off areas.
Yeah.
You might walk and say, "All right, I'm fine," but you're walking actually on black ice. So
But yeah, and I think that some of those roads are dirt roads, and dirt roads get if they get icy, they get even worse iciness.
yeah,
yeah,
that's like so since you're in
somebody
Stratford,
doesn't want to slip and drop a camera, right?
so true, so true. So since you're in Stratford, how's the filming out there for the Christmas movie?
I haven't even gone down to see it. I'll ask Ollie
Okay.
because I know that he went down to pick up a prescription, and I think Blows is right there.
Yeah.
He might have had to go in the back.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, Stratford
Sinclair's.
though actually has a major historical old energy, and you want to explain to our viewers about downtown by the map. If you look generally at the map of Stratford.
Oh yeah, if you look at the Stratford map, you've got a pentagram.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a pentagram, and then there's a smaller pentagram within the pentagram,
So
which is cool. You kind of have to look for it because there's a bit of road missing. But now I know that you talked a lot about, when we were doing the seances and the investigations at the Queen's Inn. You were talking about how there was water throughout Stratford.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense when you look at all the roads and shops. It's like, well, where's their water? Well, there used to be like the lake, which is now a river, and it's shallow and it's polluted. You can't wade in or anything like that. Well, back in the day, people used to swim in Lake Victoria before they put up the dam. There used to be paddle boat races down that river, and they had a lot of plants along the river. And one of the ways that they moved the wood to the plants was by all the little rivers in Stratford.
Yeah.
And so all the little rivers and all the little streams were used to carry all this down to and so kids like to go in the streams and play because there's hunks of wood there and stuff, and that's why you get kids drowning and stuff.
Yeah.
Get caught up in that because attractive news.
Well, look at right where Justin Bieber was found at the Avon. Right, there's a little. There's a little creek that goes through there, underneath there. So it's like so. But yeah, we encourage you guys though today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in. We do not bite. We might all nibble, but hey, we would love to get some readings from you guys. Sally's doing tarot cards. I'm using oracle cards. And the difference between tarot cards are more precise, right on to the point of the question, and oracle cards are a little bit more open altogether. They do the exact same job, but again, one's closer to the point, and then one's a little bit more open. So
well, you look at runes, like runes are brutal. They're really brutal because they're Viking.
Yeah.
And so you think of the Viking people, and each one of the runes talks about a situation within human existence, or just really down to earth stuff. When you look at the tarot deck, especially the major arcana, you're actually looking at points on the map of the universe. Now you look at the tree of life, there's 10 points, which is the 10 Sephiroths. And each one of the paths, there's a total of 22 paths. And each one of those paths is assigned to a major arcana card. And of course the Sephiroths are devoted to the numbers.
Yes.
Yes, and that's where the tarot cards kind of scientific is based on very much universal spiritual energy, as opposed to like the real down to earth energy that you get in the runes.
Yeah.
The oracle decks, there's so many oracle decks, and you have to just be aware of who makes them.
Yeah.
Because it's always the imagery, like you talked about picking up that deck that you're shuffling right now.
Yes.
And automatically being able to read it.
Yeah.
And you don't get that with all the decks. Well, that's why you have to be careful with oracle decks, because they're either going to really agree with you or really disagree.
Yeah.
Whereas tarot cards, you basically know what you're getting, although some of the imagery and some of the cards, I don't know about.
Yeah. So for your readings, so how are you doing your readings for bookings lately?
Okay, so until the end of the year, I'll still be appearing. I'll still be taking appointments at Spa near the tracks, but I'm going to the online readings. People like that. The payment's easy. You can get a reading at your home. All you have to do is put on your pajama top and don't tell me you're not wearing bottoms. And Bob's your uncle.
I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that.
Don't want to know.
Yeah. So again, those book with Sally. Sally's website is
SallyDiane.com.
So yeah.
SallyDiane.com.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, I do readings though. I'm also doing them online. And again, let's go through HauntingLIVEPodcast.com. Look for the areas that says about shows, and you'll be able to find Divine Oracle Podcast, and then go from there. I kind of work. Any Haunting Live. So, question?
Yeah. Well, not a question yet, but we do have a viewer in Facebook now. So we have Joanne. Welcome, Joanne, to our Facebook Live tonight. I just want to welcome her in. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Just type them into the chat in Facebook, and we'll gladly answer and get to your questions tonight. We have two live readers. We have Divine Oracle and also a special guest, Psychic Sally Diane, out of Stratford, Ontario, Canada, joining us tonight for readings tonight. So feel free to type them in. Or if you're on our Podbean app, you can even use the call-in button and join us live on the air and ask your questions in person.
I didn't even talk about my show.
No,
which
we
is
didn't.
Every Sunday night.
Yeah, well, I kind of talked about it.
Kind of talked about it. Yeah. It's every Sunday night, and you just go to the Psychic Sally Diane YouTube page, and that's where I live broadcast every Saturday night at 9:00.
Yeah, and make sure though that if you guys are asking a question, make sure there's a question mark.
That's right.
So.
Yeah, or her producer might miss it because it goes by so fast on that chat. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've done that. We've done that show for over 5 years, and it's just, it's not a big, huge, spotlight kind of show. It's just a Sunday night show where you come in for free readings. A lot of the people that show up, we've known, that are regulars. Yeah. And so that's nice, because just like sitting in your living room talking to regulars. My husband's off camera, but you can certainly get his input. And he's a producer. And so you kind of get both of us. It's not just the readings, but it's also the chat, because as you can see right now, I chat a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's like, gosh, but sometimes all your cards are off, and he tells you put more focus on the camera, and it's like, gosh, so.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Yeah.
So it happens. It's like, gosh. But yeah, Joanne, if you're in tonight, we would love to actually hear from you. I know you've been actually on the show a couple times, but again, those you got my readings, and also you got readings actually from Psychic Sally, which is my long lost cousin. Since I come from a large family, but yes, we both would love to use some readings for you. Sally does tarot cards, and again, those I do oracle cards. So yeah, we're here for you guys tonight. Type in your questions in what Trevor's been saying. Podbean, share, let your friends know. That's a major thing about Wednesday nights. It happens at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. And again, thank you very much, Sally, for being on today's show.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
So, yeah.
By the way, I am wearing pants.
So am I.
But they're pajama pants.
Yeah, so am I. It's like, but yes, so I know Joanne usually asks some good questions. But Joanne, if you'd like to give a general reading, please ask so we can actually be able to pick up sort of stuff. So if you're still watching on, it would be good.
And one thing that I use a lot, I got a present for my sister Patty, which is a Georgia contingency.
The queen.
She got me one of those vibrating plates. And so I use that most of the time. Like, I got it turned off now because it makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But I know you're supposed to use it for exercises and stuff, but I just put my feet on it, and I'm just sitting there with my feet on the vibrating plate all day long. You know what? It actually strengthens my legs.
That's awesome.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I haven't been, since I've had hip surgery, I haven't been able to sleep on my side.
Yeah.
And now I can sleep on my side, which is
huge. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
And I
know you had trouble going upstairs too at home, so.
Oh, gee. Well, we'll talk about that after the show. I have a way to get a house.
Actually, Queen Patty.
Queen Patty. She is awesome.
Yeah. That's I've met the family once or twice, basically. And yeah, the family's awesome. And all that.
I think so.
Yes.
At arm's length, mind you.
Yes. It's
it can only take so much of those people.
Yeah. That's
if any members of my family are watching, just kidding.
It's so I've got a good one though. Let's look at Florida for what's recently happened. Since Florida is majorly upset, they're talking about actually changing from being a Trump supporter to the other party. Let's just see what's going to happen for that.
What's the big beef in Florida?
So Florida people are getting majorly upset. They're getting peeved off at the loser, and they all want to kick him out.
One thing that just happened
you mean Cheeto-Leany?
Yes.
Yeah, I know I usually call him the orange ass hat, but I heard somebody call him Cheeto-Leany. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's I
yeah. Okay, so you want to know about Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just read something also. Well, something though. I was reading something today, though. Is Georgia should also become part of Canada? So.
Yes. I think we should at least take over the northern states and let them have the southern states.
Oh, I think we should take over the entire West Coast.
Yeah.
Washington, Oregon, and California.
And we'll carve out a little piece for New York, too.
All right, so I'm using the soul coaching cards, but they really don't have to. It all depends of how you look at the cards, though. But the thing though is what I have though is believe. So for the state of Florida though, is believe, and it looks like it has a little boy looking actually out into the star area, and once you put your belief to something, it will come to the final thing though, which is positive though. So you guys want to believe actually about leaving, actually going in the wrong way to the good way. So put your belief actually in it, and things are going to happen. The next one though is to do with it's a horse with the wings, and it's called Breakthrough.
Okay.
All right. So with the breakthrough though is you guys are going to break through directly and actually be able to change the party so that you guys actually have and start going the right way. You guys are starting to know so that there is actually things so that need to be done within the right way, and instead of actually believing actually carrot top. Especially when it's actually pulling you guys down. All right. The next one though is embracing. So with the tree though, it's kind of like not the tree but the plant though. It's embracing actually itself within the ground though. But you have to stand tall, stand strong, and fight for your rights. Do not cause violence. Do like with us Canadians though, what we do actually here though. Whenever there's a major problem, whatsoever, we do a silent protest. And that's what you have to start doing though. It's actually do silent protests so that you can get the messages through a lot better. All right. So what do you have, Sally?
Okay, so how are things in the golf cart capital of the world? Okay, so the first card I get is 5 of Wands. And in the 5 of Wands, you see there's 5 adolescents. And it's one of the few cards in the tarot deck that show adolescents. And they're kind of fighting with each other. It's not a serious fight. Everybody's blustering and, waving their wand around, but nobody's really connecting. So it's a lot of noise, a lot of, like what you said about belief. I really think that you have some people that feel very lost right now who definitely need something to believe in. I'm going to look at what's wrong with it. And you've got another 5. And this is a 5 of Swords, but it's a 5 of Swords reversed. And if you look at it when it's right side up, sometimes it's called the neener card, because that guy, it's one thing to defeat somebody. It's another thing to just continually put in the knife and twist it. And so reversed like this, it says there's a lot of nasty politics, and you're still dealing with the phenomenon of people just being negative for the sake of being negative. So there's some awful cruel things being said on all sides. There's more than one side here. You've got a lot of things happening at once. And you're right about one thing, that cult of personality with Trump. You've got people who they call true believers, and they need something to believe in. And right now, the idea that Trump's kind of falling apart is shaking their foundation. They're like, no, wait a second, we need somebody to believe in, right? And then positively aspected, you have the moon. And there's a lot of different things going on in the moon, but it is about secrets coming out. It's about things, it's kind of saying, this is not the first time that things have been in an uproar and in a whirlwind. And it's settled down before, and it'll settle down again. And you'll see a lot of these Trumpsters actually coming back into the fold.
Yeah.
And kind of denying that there were Trumpsters, right? So I do see that, but there's numerically speaking, there's a lot of 5s around Florida right now. 5 is a number of conflict. It's up to you to face the conflict full on. And there's also this thing about people having realistic views and unrealistic views and unrealistic expectations, which is what you get in a cult. Because you have people who just need to believe that somebody's more powerful than them. You look at the people in Korea. I mean, you got people starving in the streets who will still give their everything for dear leader. They believe in you. And so this is what you got going on in Florida. When you got all these true believers that are just, their asses are on fire looking for somebody to believe in, somebody to follow.
Amen.
So there's a lot of lost people in the land of the golf carts.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like that's it. How's it going over there, Trevor?
Oh, it's quiet. So without that, I guess we're going to end the show tonight. But thank you, Sally, so much for coming back on this week. It was great
Thank you. And
talking to you tonight.
I hope that after the fact, a lot of you are watching this online.
Yeah.
Taking it all in. You can book a reading with me by sending an email to info@sallydiane.com. Visit my website, sallydiane.com, and you can read articles on different subjects that I've written. You can see what's coming up, and you can actually see a video of the last show.
Yeah, so speaking of the last show, we had a lot of views after the live show that when it was posted up on our page. We had about over 125 views in a week. So, I mean, there are people on our page that watch our posts, but we encourage you to come into the live show because that's way more exciting for you guys to be there, to ask questions. You get free readings. You can interact with us live in person. You can check out our Podbean app and see our pre-recorded shows and come in live when we do the live streams there too, and actually call in and be part of the show live on the air with us. So there's many features that we have when you join the live show, but we find most of you watch it after the show is posted and done. So we recommend you guys checking out our live show whenever you can. Share it with your friends and family and recommend us to check it out. We are here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. And I love what Sally used to say, those, let your enemies know.
Yeah. Let your friends know, let your enemies know, and then they won't be enemies anymore.
Yeah. So it's like that. So again, though,
frenemies.
Yeah. So again, though, from Trevor, myself, and also from Sally, we do say thanks a lot for joining in today. You guys have a great one, and also be able to check out our websites out, and even a lot more information where will be posted also on those. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful night and stay strong.
Yes, thank you, everybody. For those that did tune in, and for those that didn't, please watch it on the post after, and try to be here next week at 9 o'clock on Wednesday night. We'll be back here on Wednesday. So thank you guys. Have a great night.
Why not sit back tonight and enjoy this wonderful show of Wednesday Lives with your host, Trevor from HauntingLIVE and psychic medium from Divine Oracle Podcast, Chris. They'll be taking your questions